Hi there and welcome to another video. I am Raluca. Today I'm actually getting ready for a Halloween themed party. I don't want to go that extra mile. I don't have a full costume. So what I did, I dressed up in black. I put on some more goth accessories that I had because I want to put in a little bit of effort. I want to sort of mark that it's Halloween. I want to do something special to celebrate it. But then again, I don't want to put in too much effort. So if you're like me, a little bit lazy this Halloween, then this is a good option for a look. And if you want to see how I did it, then just stick around. I'm trying to go minimal effort, maximum results today. I am gonna be late, but it's fine. If I did a full costume, I would be even later than this. Anyway, I'm gonna start with my brows. I'm gonna lock them in place with a super lock from Maybelline. I don't do much to my brows. I don't think I did much to my brows since like 2020 maybe. I just set them into place using this brow gel that is my favorite. I love the clear one, I love this tinted one as well. It sets the hairs into place really well. Today I'm actually gonna do more than what I usually do. This is what I usually do, just set them. Today I'm gonna use this pen as well from NYX. I'm gonna trace some hairs. I'm just trying to fill in the blanks. I don't know, I just feel like doing a more defined brow today. I have a mad neighbor. I hope you cannot hear him. Someone is like shouting. At least I get to listen to drama. Anyway, tracing some hairs, especially in the outer part of my brow. This is where I have the most sparse areas. I'm also gonna do the front as well. I am gonna do my face makeup as I'm gonna draw on this side of my face, so I need my face to be done. Foundation, concealer, everything. But I'm gonna start with priming. Oh, that is getting intense. Anyway, so I received this primer in PR recently. This is from Maybelline, the Grippy Serum Primer. And I don't know, I just like the texture. I don't usually prime, but since I have it and I enjoy it, like the texture and everything, I do like how the foundation looks on top of it. Also, I think my skin just looks very moisturized after applying this. I already have my skincare on, but I could use that extra bit of hydration, especially in this weather. It's very cold. My skin gets a little bit drier during fall and winter. It's sort of sticky. I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, but then I'm gonna follow up with the foundation still from Maybelline. This is the Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation, and I'm using the shade 118. I very much like this foundation. I do like the fact that it's probably the only shade that matches me at the moment from my collection. I got tan during the summer and all my foundations are pretty light. That was not my shade. No, my shade is 128. My primer already had a little bit of time to sit, so that's good. I'm gonna do some initial blending. Well, this is not blending. I'm just spreading it on my face with my finger before going in with the sponge. Look at this sponge. Such a pretty color. I'm gonna use tapping motions, blending this in. Do I apply it on my forehead? Maybe a little bit. Just blending it into my skin. Whatever is left on my sponge, I'm not gonna apply a ton of product there because it's gonna be covered anyway. Okay, that's foundation. Moving on to concealer. First, I'm actually gonna color correct just a little bit of this Instant Anti-Age Eraser by Maybelline again. Since I have it, I feel like using it today to cancel out the darkness on my under eyes before applying concealer. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my finger. This is in the shade Brightener, by the way. I removed the little sponge on top of this product, and now I'm getting a little too much product because it doesn't get absorbed into the sponge. Just just gonna wipe off the excess from my finger. That is definitely brightening. As concealer today, I'm gonna use a product that I just reviewed recently and I love it as concealer. This Skin Ink from L'Oreal. It can be used as foundation as well, but it's very long lasting. Exactly, Skin Ink. The name is perfect. It's very transfer proof, very hard to remove. You cannot just wipe your face, it's not gonna budge. But I do like it as concealer more than I like it as a foundation because again it lasts very well on the under eyes. I'm just gonna do one eye at a time because this dries very quickly, and surprisingly I do enjoy it more when I blend it with the brush instead of a sponge, which is very rare for me. I love the sponge finish, but I don't know, this is just working a little bit better with the brush. The shade that I'm using is the shade 40. It's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but again I'm looking for that brightening effect. This doesn't even need much setting. I use a powder mostly because it doesn't crease. On me it doesn't crease, but I use powder because my mascara transfers on my under eyes if I don't use powder on my under eye area. So I get that dark under eye. So I'm gonna set it for that reason. Even though again this lasts so well by itself. And the powder that I'm using at the moment is the Professional by Benefit. I'm gonna take it on a small sort of eyeshadow blending brush. This is the kind of brush that I like to use when setting my under eye area because I can get into this inner corner here. I can just be precise with where I apply the powder, and I like that. So I'm gonna take it on my lid because this is gonna serve as an eyeshadow primer for me today. A little bit more lip moisturizing. Trusty Vaseline. Forever my lip moisturizer. Moving on, contour blush. I'm gonna contour with an eyeshadow actually because I'm looking for that cool tone contour. I'm gonna reach for this palette, which is the Taupes by Juvia's Place, and specifically I'm gonna go for this shade as it's this taupey, cool toned color, and I think it's gonna work well for contouring. Let's see, I don't think I've used it before as contour, or maybe I did, I don't remember. But yes, this is the tone that I was looking for. It sort of looks like a shadow, so I'm looking for contouring, not bronzing. Applying it underneath my cheekbone, dragging it towards the center of my face. So I'm starting here, above the ear, and doing this sort of motion. Okay, using it on the jawline as well to create a little bit more definition, sort of dragging it towards my neck on this area, a little bit underneath my nose. This creates the illusion of a shorter nose. And then what I also like to do is apply the contour on the outer corner of my eye, sort of connecting. So this is gonna be connecting the eyeshadow that's gonna be here in a while with the temples. It's all gonna look more cohesive. I think I could have skipped the blush altogether for this look, but I don't like skipping blush. I like blush. So I'm just gonna reach for a shade that is not pink. And usually I go for this Sweet Cheeks by NYX in the shade Bombshell because it's this sort of brownish color. Just already powder and stuff, even though I did not powder my cheek, but whatever. I'm gonna apply it on my hand first to avoid lifting my contour, my foundation. I'm gonna sort of pick it up on my brush. I'm using a dense brush for cream products and then tapping it on my face like that. I'm trying not to use a lot. I love blush and I think I have the sort of blush blindness. I apply a lot of blush usually, but today I'm gonna try not to. I think this is a regular amount of blush, I don't know. Alrighty, so the boring part is done. Now I can get to the creative stuff. I did this eye, not off camera, because I filmed it for Instagram. But anyway, I'm gonna show you how I did it. I started by using the Naked Wild West palette from Urban Decay. So with this one, I started with this dark gray shade. And I'm gonna be careful because this has fallout. I already have a little bit of fallout on my face, but whatever. So with this, I applied it in a halo shape. So I used it on the outer corner of my eye as well as the inner corner here. See the fallout? Don't know if you can see the fallout. It's there. Anyway, it's not that bad. I usually just do that. Take my powder brush. And now I have a stain, but it's fine. Taking a little bit more of that dark gray and applying it on my lower lash line right here. And then to blend this out, I'm gonna take this lighter shade of the palette. This beautiful taupey gray shade. So this is gonna go a little bit above the gray, just using it to blend it out. And I'm using a rounded brush. This is a Morphe 507. Amazing, amazing brush shape. Blending the lower lash line as well. And then I'm gonna take a very small pencil brush. This is a Morphe M149, if I remember correctly, because the number has faded again. One of my favorite brushes. I'm gonna take a black eyeshadow. Oh, I just hit the pan. So cute. Again, be aware of the fallout. Dusting off the excess. And that is gonna go right here, kind of closer to my lash line than the gray, to intensify a little bit. And then I'm also gonna apply this black on the lower lash line right here, again concentrating it on the outer corner. There's fallout everywhere. There's fallout on my desk, there's fallout on my face. That's what I get for doing my face first, but I had to for this look. Then black pencil, this is the tattoo liner from Maybelline. I'm gonna use it on my waterline, as well as applying it underneath my lashes right here. That's cool. I'm gonna do a very regular wing liner using the Epic Ink Liner from NYX. So I'm doing it pretty thin, just thin line. I'm doing my eyeliner always with my eyes open so I can see the final shape, because of course I want it to look good when I have my eyes open and relaxed, not when I'm doing that or with my eyes closed, you know? In order to see the final shape, I always keep my eyes open. And then I'm also gonna line on the eye here, right here in my inner corner. Let's do the spider web. I'm gonna start with 1, 2, 3, 4 straight lines. One line. We're gonna refine it later, it's fine. 2 lines. 3 lines. And the final one is just gonna be right. Continuing my liner, yeah, it's fine. 4 lines. Alrighty. And then these 4 lines are gonna be connected with a C shape like that. And then another round of C shapes. This is very useful because it's very precise. The Epic Ink Liner from NYX. Just trying to refine these shapes. Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. And then I'm gonna take a detail brush, a small detail brush like this, with the black eyeshadow. And I'm gonna create a shade. So underneath each, in the inside of each C shape like this, I'm gonna shade a little bit. just using the tip of my brush and applying the black very sort of like very close to my liner. This is optional, by the way, because you don't have to shade it if you don't want to. It looks fine without shading. I just find it a little bit more interesting this way. Okay. I can breathe now. Love the outcome. I just have to apply a mascara now. Just gonna do a tiny bit of curling of my lashes. Not a lot, because I'm not looking exactly for that rounded shape of the eye. I'm gonna finish off with the Bad Girl Bang mascara from Benefit because it's very dramatic and intense and it fits this look. And I'm applying it on my bottom lashes as well. Wait, I don't know why I feel like setting today. Again, priming and setting is something that I don't do usually, but I feel like doing it today. I feel like going that extra mile, and I'm gonna use this setting spray from L'Oreal, the Infallible 3-second setting mist. 36 hours no transfer. I hope that's true. So I'm gonna shake it a little bit, and I'm gonna cover my bangs because this feels like hairspray. If it gets on your hair is gonna be sort of hard, like you used hairspray on it. It seems unsafe, but it also seems to be doing a great job, so I'm gonna apply it. And you also have to hold your breath because it smells very chemically. I'm not advertising it very well, am I? I'm not sure if I should go for a bold lip or nude. Alright, I'm gonna go for a bold-ish lip. Not as bold as red, but bold. I'm gonna go with purple. But first I'm gonna line with a brown pencil. This is from NYX. It's an eye pencil actually. It's the eye pencil in the shade medium brown. And then I'm gonna apply this lipstick from Avon. It's the shade Berry Blast. It's the matte lipstick. I'm not sure how it's called. I don't know. It's just this regular lipstick. The shade is Berry Blast. I love this combo. Very witchy looking. There is no lipstick on my teeth. That's good. So this is the finished look. Oh, it matches my nails as well. So if you want to go a little bit more low-key this Halloween, you don't want to do a full costume, but you still want to show up with something that just to celebrate Halloween, this is a very good option. It's not very difficult to do. Again, it does require some lines, but if you're used to doing your eyeliner, I think you're gonna manage. I hope this video is useful. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna try something like this for Halloween or what you're gonna be dressed up as. I'm very curious to know. I want to thank you so much for watching this video all the way through, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!